kid. He's a big shot gangster. He's putting together a crew.
You think everything sounds like a bad idea.
Velkommen til Moovy TV. To af filmhistoriens allerstørste figurer dukker atter op i biografen i denne uge. Nemlig rumpiraten Han Solo og hans ukuelige sidekick, den brølende wookie Chewbacca. I Ron Howards Solo af Star Wars Story får vi omsider lov til at se, hvordan Star Wars-kammeraterne mødte hinanden. I de oprindelige Star Wars film blev Chewbacca spillet af engelske Peter Mayhew på hele 2 meter og 21 centimeter. Men af helbredsmæssige årsager, så kunne Mayhew kun spille rollen i få udvalgte scener i J.J. Abrams Star Wars The Force Awakens. I de fleste scener var det i stedet Finske Joonas Suotamo, som var iført det ikoniske kostume. Og i sidste års Star Wars The Last Jedi og denne uges Solo af Star Wars Story er det faktisk udelukkende den tidligere basketballspiller på 2 meter og 11 centimeter, som spiller den legendariske wookie. Og vi havde forleden fornøjelsen af at sludre med Jonas i København, vel at mærke uden kostume.
And also a question, are these going to be with the questions and then like no editing, it's just going to be the...
Oh yeah, I will actually edit this myself.
Okay. So if I do this in the middle of an interview,
it'll be perfect.
Hold a pause,
yeah,
you'll edit that out?
Oh yeah, I will, yeah. Well, unless, people want to see that elbow up close,
right.
I know.
You know, I heard that Gene Hackman in the 70s was editing himself. You know why? He used to say a line, blah, 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 and then do that. And they had to cut it away. Yeah, he was editing himself. Wow. So I might just do that.
That's a nice trick, actually.
Here's your answer.
Yeah. It would be difficult to do in the Chewbacca-kostume. It would just seem like his normal, you know.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
true.
Well, Jonas, it's a pleasure to meet you. An honor to meet Chewbacca himself. First of all, I think the obvious question for me is, how does a former basketball player from Finland end up in a galaxy far, far away playing the universe's most famous walking carpet?
Will somebody get this big walking carpet out of my way?
Well, that is an interesting story because I was called by the Finnish Basketball Association and they had heard this crazy story from England that some big budget Hollywood film was looking for a 2 meters and 10 over guy who had blue eyes. And they called me and asked me because they remembered me from my youth being a social guy and playing in the national team and then disappearing somewhere in the world. And somebody remembered me and they called and said, "Are you interested in this film? We don't know what it is." And I said, "Yes."
Cool.
Yeah, that's how it started. And then there was a process of 4 or 5 months of auditioning, flying to London, getting measured up, having sleepless nights because you didn't know if you were you were in the runner-up, like you were gonna get the part, or it was a long process, and I'm glad it paid off eventually.
Like a reality show, like you're still in running towards becoming the next Chewbacca.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But what actually make you sweat more? Is that like a basketball game or being in the Chewbacca costume?
That is a great comparison. I think in total, basketball does make you sweat more because you're running but the Chewbacca costume is pretty up there, and it takes longer. So the filming day average is 10 hours, sometimes 12. And you do sweat a little bit each and every second, so it takes a lot out of you to be wearing that costume for that amount of time. So yeah.
But like again, you're used to it because of the Finnish saunas.
Yeah.
You got some experience through those.
Exactly. I always say that I was born for this role because I was when I was playing basketball, I was imitating my teammates, how they walk, how they run, and after that, going to the sauna and preparing mentally for withstanding heat. So I was born to play this role, really.
But there was something I was thinking about in terms of the part, because I remember interviews with Ewan McGregor while they were shooting the prequels. He would often screw up shots because he made lightsaber noises while they were shooting, so they had to yell cut and do them over again.
Right.
And I was thinking, did you have like similar experiences where you couldn't help yourself making the Chewbacca roar, screwing up shots?
Actually, so many times. I mean, Ron Howard was constantly having to say, Joonas, can we have you quiet on the next take because we want to get Alden's lines better? And it happens very often because I'm having fun, and I want to get that. I want to get those huffs and puffs in there and the groans because it gives me a kick to be, for example, in the Millennium Falcon and doing those noises and flying that old hunk of junk. It is the best thing ever, and you can't blame me.
No, it must be such an out-of-body experience. I mean,
Exactly.
But why do you think we actually still love Chewbacca? What is it about him? Why don't we we don't love Jar Jar Binks, we love Chewbacca? Is it because he was in better movies? And why do we still have this affinity for this weird character who we don't really understand?
Right. I think you can understand him when you look at him and you see him behave and the decisions he makes and the paths he takes with his friends. I think what it is to me about Chewbacca is that he's not only loyal to his friends, i.e. lovable, but he's also quite stubborn and quite, he has a persona, and when you see that in a cool planet or a scene, you just sort of it rings true to you, and I think you accept it. Yeah. And follow the story because of it, So it's I think he's earned his place within our hearts and minds.
Get ready.
Thought we were in trouble there for a second, but it's fine. We're fine.